Hello, welcome to Randomize, another weekly roundup of Amiami figure pre-orders, the 1st to the 6th of September 2025. Quite a few figures to look at today. Not only one NSFW figure, so right at the end, so that one will quite a spicy one. I actually really like it. I think a lot of people will be buying that one personally, but that's towards the end. Comment, like, and subscribe, and links for these figures will be in the description down below like normal, just apart from the NSFW figure. Let's get straight on into it. Ozuri original character Cheshire Cat Mika swimsuit version 1/6 by Solarian, 18,810 yen, October 2026. Pretty box standard swimsuit figure, I'd say. Overall, it's fine. The hair sculpting is a bit more impressive than what we typically get with it. Her hair ponytails swooping over her tail. It's a nice touch. It's definitely a bit more interesting than a box standard swimsuit figure, but apart from that, nothing spectacular to do with this figure, really. And then we've got another one, White Rabbit Rozu swimsuit version. Same price as well, same time. Again, this one's got the hair going over the flotation ring this time, which again looks quite good, like the colorway, but it is sort of a semi-bog standard swimsuit figure. And these are original characters, so if you're not familiar, if you don't like the artist or don't like the art, the figure itself, then I wouldn't personally purchase these. Unlike figures that are actually from anime, then obviously you've got a character to tie it to. So you might not like the overall design, but at least you might like the character. But this is a pretty simple swimsuit design overall for these two. And then we've got a Bishojo, the King of Fighters, Orochi Shermi 1/7 by Kotobukiya, 16,720 yen, April 2026. I do like the Bishojo lineup. I think it's kind of fallen off with what Kotobukiya are doing, where they so Bishojo is where they take a male character and they do the female version of it. So they did that with a lot. They did a lot of horror characters like that. Like Jason and Freddy Krueger and a couple of other horror movie characters. So this is what they've done. They're doing this with obviously King of Fighters is 97, I think, is a video game if I remember correctly. So this is a Bishojo version of that. Looks fine. I don't mind the Bishojo lineup, but I think depending on the person, you might not like the whole sort of Bishojo thing. It's kind of the hype from it. I think it's kind of fallen off the past sort of 6 months to a year now. So there's not so much excitement from what I've seen for the Bishojo line that Kotobukiya have been doing. So we'll have to see if they continue doing it. I think it is definitely down to character specific or theme that they're going for when they do this series. Beastyle, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Mai Shiranui, freeing 39,600 yen, court scale. This should be, doesn't specify a scale. 40 centimeters, yeah, definitely a quarter scale. I like it. Paint job is actually a bit better, I think, than other normal freeing. The hair shading's definitely more improved. This sort of toga tail. Is this a toga tail? Yes, the sort of tail aesthetic. Shading's very nice, and the red and floor patterning on her outfit's very nicely done. Obviously, a bit of side boobage there. Yeah, overall, a bit more dynamic as well. The fan's very nice. So I think it's definitely better freeing figure, even though it's B style, and obviously it's not a bunny suit. So I think the price is okay. I think. I just don't know how popular this character is personally, whether what she will sell well or not. Some of the other like Chun-Li was still available after release. So yeah, I don't know how good that will be. So this is April 2026 release. Looks good overall. Definitely better. I would hope freeing carries on this way and improving at least just adding detail and more effort into their figures in the future. Hopefully they just carry it on, really, since I think the aftermarket's kind of proven that a lot of the quarter scales are kind of just binning in the aftermarket generally once they're released, and they're not even selling out as frequently, I think, as they used to. So yeah, I can definitely see why Wyfring are hopefully putting more effort into their figures to hope try and justify the price. My teen romantic comedy snafu, Iro Ishiki, Starry Dress version 1/7 by Shibuya Scramble, 23,100 yen on one of these terrible like hexagonal bases. I hate this design that they do. They've done it for the past sort of year or so, I think, on their figures in this sort of 1/7 scale. She looks fine. The black's at least shaded, and the blue underneath is okay. I think it's fine for 23,000 yen. It's just the base. I think I don't really like the base. I'd rather it be a box standard like see-through base or black circle personally, and then you just can tie it in with your other figures. She's obviously going to be a higher height, and I think the base is just off-putting personally for me. Then we've got Fate Grand Order, Final Singularity, Grand Temple of Time, Solomon Mash, Kurolite 1/7 by Shibuya Scramble, 35,200 yen, September 2026. So this is what Shibuya Scramble are generally renowned for. These very dynamic, lots of effect parts figures. Which do take up a lot of space, unfortunately, but they're centerpieces to your collection or to a shelf. So if you're into Fate Grand Order, then you probably will want to get this one. This is very dynamic. Love the effect parts. Yeah, love the overall aesthetic of this figure. Yeah, and the shield looks very nicely done with the nice weathering actually and battle damage on the shield. And obviously this is embellished, photoshopped, but this looks really nice anyways. But yeah, very nice looking figure, and I think 35,000 yen probably kind of wants it. What's height? So 37.5 centimeters in height. When you talk about the actual overall effect parts, it's actually a very large figure. Even though she's 1/7, the shield obviously is a lot taller than her. The effect parts can be taken up, so it will take up a lot of space on your shelf. So you do want to watch out for that one. And September 20th, so you got a year to figure out at least putting her in your collection. Then we got Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, Kaide 1/7 by Wave, 23,800 yen, May 2026. Pretty simple design, outfit, very minimal hair shading. Fine, but probably not 24,000 yen. Closer to maybe a 16,000 yen 1/7 scale, I'd say, by Wave. Next we've got Azure Lane Jade A Good Girls Magic version. Okay, I don't think I recall this character from Azure Lane, by Anigame for 17,220 yen, July 2026. So a witch outfit. Like the outfit. Paint job looks okay. Face looks quite nice. Very Halloween-esque. That makes sense. So maybe if you want to if you're doing like Halloween themed shelf, then probably worth getting her. I do like the skull and the belt actually. That's quite a nice touch. Bikini top. Like the jacket. I do like the one stocking as well. Yeah, very cute. Very cute and sexy witch figure. I think overall not too bad. Even if you don't know Azure Lane, no, you can treat this as an OC, and it's quite a nice design. And the price is not too bad. I think 17,000 for 1/6 as well. Yeah, not too bad overall. I think actually for that price. SSR figure Dark Elf Dancer 1/7 scale by SSR figure, 11,990 yen, March 2026. Very glossy Dark Elf. Probably too glossy in my opinion, and which I think helped. There is some contrast and shading on the skin. This is the original art, but I don't know. The beach towel's nice touch, and like the beach ball. I just don't know if this sort of thing is very nice, very sexy looking figure. And obviously there's this other girl that you can get with her as well. Caffeine Chan for 11,990 yen. She doesn't obviously look as sexy as the Dark Elf Dancer, but pretty cute looking figure. Probably more on the cute side than sexy, I'd say. This one is. They look fine, but SSR figure is a bit hit and miss, I think, overall. They do these sort of very obscure designs from what I could see. I don't know who this actual artist is. Infinity Studio brand. No idea about that one. But yeah, they look fine. 12,000 yen is obviously cheap anyways for 1/7. So you could take a stab at that, getting these two potentially if you like. If you're doing a beach theme setup, and it looks like you can put them both on the one towel. It looks like this base is actually half this sort of desert pattern. That's half, and then I think she's got the other half. Yeah, so underneath the towel is a zigzag pattern. So yeah, you can put them both together. Looks like they would then share one, or there's probably an actual cloth, most likely, I think, underneath these. Yeah, so there's an actual cloth. At least that'll protect from paint transfer between the figure and the base. But yeah, two halves of bases, put them together to form this duo. I don't know. I probably would give this a miss just because I don't like how glossy the Dark Elf is. We go to Goddess of Victory Nikke Noir and Blank Bunny version on 7th by Alta, 39,500 yen, September 2026. They look really nice. The hair looks fantastic on these two. Love the posing, obviously, and the bunny suits are very nice. I think the black is okay, and the white bunny suit is very nice. The shade, I think, overall, black bunny suits obviously just black bunny suits. That's fine. Like the ears, like the posing, the slight elevation on the bases with them being on a giant poker chip. It's very nice as well. I think overall very nice looking figure. And the fact it's 2 for 1, standing 28 centimeters in height for the pole, so they are taking up a lot of space, like actual shelf space, but not verticality. So depending on your how much space you have, you might not want these. 40,000 yen, so you're talking less than 20,000 yen per, if you could buy them separately, but you can't obviously, and this is a single shipment. It'll be interesting to see if they actually come in the box pre-assembled, like together like this, or if they're actually separate and then you have to assemble them together. I don't know. That I would suspect they probably are assembled in the factory together after being painted, and then put into their blister pack. So I'd expect the poker chip and probably the shaft, the pole to be separate, and then these two to be in their own blister pack together. Probably with a lot of plastic coverings for the actual hair as well to stop paint transfer rubbing off onto the blister pack that they're in. So and single shipment, so you can't combine this with any other orders, unfortunately, for release next year, September 2026. Kediko Love Live, LEASA by Kadakawa, 22,770 yen, March 2026. So pretty simple party dress outfit figure with a bouquet of flowers. She looks fine, pretty much no shading on the hair. Outfit looks clean, at least in terms of the paint job. 23,000 yen is probably about right with the detail and how clean the painting is. It's Kadakawa as well. They do a very good job generally overall, so I don't think there'll be any QC issues with her. Then we got Fate Khalid Liner Prisma, 15th anniversary version by Kadakawa, 25,740 yen. What scale? 1/7 scale. Don't put it up here. Okay, this one. So she's coming out of a photo frame, her dresses, and then she's obviously got a post on her leg to actually support the weight, since there's no way this minimal contact area between the photo frame and obviously her dress will actually hold up. So the support rod is a bit of a shame. As you can see here, it's probably even just a couple of posts, to be honest. Most of the weight's probably here, unless they've got steel rods coming out through the photo frame, pinning, should I say. They probably, if they run pins through, that would probably be the only way to actually support most of the weight through the back, and then just have the support rod to stop leaning. But I would expect there to be a good chunk of weight actually on this support rod, so I would be be very wary of people actually potentially even breaking this when they're assembling her. I think that's quite a possibility depending on how much contact there is between these two surfaces. Quite nice looking figure, I think, overall, and I do like how she is sort of floating there, but I'm very worried about assembling her personally. this figure. So, bit hit and miss, I think, potentially. Super Sonico, Konosuba Goddess Blessing. So it's a collaboration, Megumin and Super Sonico by Kadokawa. 21,780 yen, March 2026. I'm pretty sure this is a re-release because I'm almost certain she's been in this outfit before. In this crossover collaboration, at least I think so. But yeah, Super Sonico in Megumin outfit looks super cute and super sexy. Extremely nice looking figure, and I love that staff. Paint job looks really good. Love her hair. Everything looks really good. And 22,000 yen is like a no-brainer personally. So I'm very tempted to get this one. March 2026 for this one. And looks like you get a different chest option where she's actually got her chest out a bit more. Where is it? Hello. Here we go. There, it looks like she's busting out. So kind of worth getting a hold of. I'm actually very tempted to buy it just for that feature. Then we go to Idolmaster Cinderella Girls Nagi Hisakawa by Plum. 1/7 scale, 21,500 yen, November 2025. No, personally, sorry. The paint job is clean but very muted. There's no range, no shading. Oval here. It's just a cute figure, I think, for 22,000 yen by Plum. And Plum's not the best manufacturer in terms of quality either. So I think poor pricing. This one's close to like 14,000 yen, I would say, for 1/7 of this caliber. Idolmaster's a bit, unfortunately, they're just a bit weak from what actually they put out, or at least what manufacturers put out from this IP. Then we've got Cinderella Girls Hayate Hisakawa for, what's that? Hayate? Oh, Nagi and then Hayate, so sisters, I guess. Same price. This one's a bit more dynamic, but again, I think probably because the hair flow. But again, cute, just a bog standard cute figure. Probably would give both of those a myth personally. They'll probably go pretty much tank in the aftermarket, and they're coming out soon, anyways. 2 months. Then we've got, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Fox Sister illustrated by Sora 72 Iro 1/6 by Otaku Toys. 21,280 yen, April 2026. Very sexy design. Love the outfit. Obviously, very well endowed in the chest area. I love the face and the eye patch. Hair and the foxtails look immaculate, and the shading on those is great. The veil as well behind her is very nice. Extremely nice, like, yeah, Fox Sister aesthetic. Yeah, very nice looking figure. Extremely nice detailing. The way the outfit obviously flows over her legs, and you can partly see, the translucency. It's a very nice touch. It's just everything's better for this compared to Idolmaster. It's a no-brainer between the two. That this is obviously a better value, and it's 1/6. So very nice looking figure. Definitely worth a pickup, I think, if you really like this aesthetic, this design. Then we go into another Fate Grand Order. Solomon, King of Mages, 1/7 scale by Shibuya Scramble. 38,500 yen, November 2026. Obviously, sort of effect part of where he's casting some sort of spell. And then massive cape and hair, a lot of hair going on. The shading on the back side of the hair doesn't seem to be on the underside. There's very minimal shading on the underside of the hair where you would see that from the front, because you're not going to be looking at the back. The support rods, bit of a letdown, but it looks like they're in positions that you're probably not going to see them. It looks like they're behind actually parts of the outfit, of the jacket, that are coming out obviously from his waist. So that's at least they've put some effort and thought into hiding them and obscuring them quite a bit. So that's a good plus. But overall, very nice. As you can see, like the rod's probably about here, and the left rod's probably over here on the left side. So yeah, I think overall very nice looking figure. I've not watched Fate Grand Order, so I don't know this character, but he looks really good. Overall, 38,500 yen. Shibuya Scramble. It's a very large figure. It's going to take up a lot of space. I'm surprised this one isn't a single shipment, to be honest. 35 centimeters in width, So yeah, very impressive figure, overall centerpiece if you're a Fate Grand Order collector. Lyricus Recall Chisato, winter outfit version by Proof, 38,510 yen, March 2026. So, 19,000 yen, but this looks more like a prize figure by like Sega or Bandai. Because there's a bit of shading on the purple, but her hair is like none. Obviously, the jumper, nothing. Scarf, pretty much no shading, and nothing on the leggings or the trainers. So there's a bit of shading there, but that might have just been from the lighting or from just the natural shadows from the creases. So, to be perfectly honest, I don't think this is worth it. They've cancelled a couple of figures before. They were just a bit on the sort of let down. They very much seem to be trying to maximize price and minimize effort into the figures. I think, unfortunately, is what the impression I'm getting, and it's going to be the same thing for this one. Oh, this one's a bit more impressive, Takina. At least there's some shading in the skirt, and a little bit in the jumper, and a little bit in the beanie as well. So this is a bit better, I think, compared to Chisato. But again, it's a very simple figure, 1/7, not dynamic or anything like that. For 18,500 yen, at least better than a bog standard prize figure, which would be like 4,000 or 5,000 yen. Although they're not 1/7 scale, they're a lot smaller. So again, this is probably closer to like a 12,000 yen figure, I think, overall, personally. I don't know with these two, unfortunately, by Proof. This one's just so disappointing for Chisato. At least Takane, it looks a bit more effort was put into her. And then we go to Azure Lane Katsuragi Night Illuminating Festival, quarter scale by Mimioi, 37,620 yen, February 2026. Perfect rendition of her from the game, to be honest. Exactly the same as everything looks spot on, shading looks spot on, outfit looks very extremely nicely detailed and sculpted. Hair looks amazing and facial expression looks spot on. Mimioi know what they're doing when they're doing these quarter scales. So I think obviously Per is a fan favourite and a lot of people love Mimioi, especially when they do these quarter scale figures. And she looks really good. Like, I love all the hair features in her twin tails. The red looks amazing on the outfit. I wish more Freeing could do this very shiny red for their other bunny suits. You don't see it very. I know it's hard to do, but Mimioi seem to be able to achieve it very easily. So yeah, extremely good painting. Love the sculpt work. Base is pretty simple and very nice. Yeah, I like Mimioi. Obviously, I've got Taiho as well from Mimioi quarter scale. So yeah, would be tempted to get this one, but I'm quite happy with minimizing the amount of Azure Lane quarter scales I get personally. But very good looking figure, and I think probably worth the price. Although you might find it a bit cheaper after release, as I think some of the other Mimioi quarter scales have come down in value, and are probably even still available to get hold of. Naruto Gals Hinata Hyuga version 2. By Megals, 21,780 yen, February 2026. Like it. Obviously, a bit more heavy in the chest area, a bit more sexy appeal. Like the face, like the hair, bit of shading, bit of highlighting as well. Overall, nice figure, and I think with it being Mega House, yes, I can see why there's the 22,000 yen with it being a Naruto as well. So I can see why there's a bit more of a higher price. For it. Mega House just seemed to charge for what you'd expect. This, like, it's not like overly exceptional shading or sculpting, it's just good, but it is 22,000 yen, so overall not too bad. I think potentially worth getting a hold of if you're a massive Naruto fan. Then we go into Gal series rebuild of Evangelion Masato Katsuragi and Pen by Mega House, 23,100 yen, February 2026. This one's probably an auto buy since you don't get a lot of Masato figures, obviously, with how old Evangelion is. You'd expect there to be a lot more, but you've always got Rei and Asuka. There's a couple of Masato figures. So I think this one will be a lot of people buying this one anyways. I'm pretty much going to be pre-ordering this one, to be honest. Definitely, and it's under the threshold for me to get it, so in through customs. So I think, yeah, it's an iconic character in her iconic outfit with the jacket and the briefcase. Yeah, she looks very nice. The paint job is good with good shading, and obviously you get pen as well. So yeah, I think definitely worth buying if you're an Evangelion fan. Since you might not be able to get hold of her other figures from in the pre-owned, since they generally sell out really quickly and are quite high priced if you do find one available. Then we've got Desktop Real McCoy X Dragon Ball Son Goku and Gohan on a bipedal walking robot by Meghouse, 27,280 yen. I'm pretty sure I covered this before. February 2026. I think this is a re-release. So I like the outfit cover, obviously the design. I love him and his this outfit. Goku and Kid Gohan. Yeah, very nice. Paint job looks really nice. Overall, the whole thing looks really good. 27,000 yen. I think it's a good price considering the walking robot's obviously quite intricately detailed and sculpted as well. So yeah, very nice looking figure, especially if you're a Dragon Ball fan and you want something that's just not them in their standard fighting outfit, you know, in poses or in Super Saiyan form. You want something that's a bit more unique, a bit more relatable to the actual story, like manga, I guess, back at or OG Dragon Ball rather than obviously Dragon Ball Z. If you're obviously I'm a massive Dragon Ball fan. Or I guess this would technically be Dragon Ball Z because it's Kid Gohan, or because Gohan's born, obviously. But yeah, very nice looking figure. Yeah, definitely brings me back to my childhood with it being a very nice Dragon Ball figure. Then we've got Ultraman article Kamen Rider Black by Mega House, 37,400 yen. Late March 2026. Looks fine overall. I think the black's definitely hiding. I think probably a bit high with how simplistic the paint, you know, there's like no shading. But it comes up with some different options. 40 centimeters height, so it's basically a quarter scale in height of a freeing. Comes with a different couple of hand options. It looks like, I think it's it. Oh, okay, so you can swap the arms out for a few different poses. Oh, there we go. So yeah, he is quite large. I don't know if that lights up. Does that light up? Instruction, base and supporting pole. Battery type, yes. Triple battery, built-in light and sound functions. Okay, if you're a big Kamen Rider fan, potentially worth getting hold of it if you do want lighting up and sounds from this. Interesting. It's not something I would have thought to get hold of. I've not watched any Kamen Rider, so let me know if it's worth giving a shot. I know it's an older, you know, Power Ranger-esque kind of vibe anime series, and single shipment based on the size. That I can definitely understand that. Then we go to another large figure, B-Style One Piece swimsuit Nami, swimsuit version by quarter scale by Freeing, 33,000 yen, March 2026. Nami in a swimsuit. There's a lot of figures of Nami in a swimsuit, obviously, but it is the quarter scale version of her, which is definitely going to be a lot more imposing in your collection. Very tempted. I like the skin shading. The hair looks really nicely done as well and sculpted. And I do like this face sculpt. It's very much close to the anime that she's in post time skip, I think. I'm not up to speed with the latest sections of One Piece. Only got to like 500 and something episodes in before I just gave up. But yeah, very nice looking figure. I like the swimsuit. It's a typical swimsuit that you see her in anyways as well. There are obviously smaller scale figures of her, but if you do want a quarter scale, Freeing have done one. And she looks pretty good, pretty impressive in the swimsuit style as well, which you don't see that often. Then we got Artworks Monsters Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters Dark Magician Girl The Dragon Knight by Meg House, 24,200 yen, February 2026. I like Dark Magician Girl, and her in this armor in this very sexy armor. It's very nice. I like it a lot, and the sculpt work and paint job looks very clean. But it's Mega House. They pretty much always do as well, anyways. So yeah, very nice working figure. Again, if you've missed out on getting the other Dark Magician Girl figures that they've been released before over the past sort of few years, we've been seeing obviously more Konami allowing more of these figures to be manufactured by, well, being up for manufacture by manufacturers. So they've licensed it out, obviously. So yeah, she looks really good, and I do like it. Yeah, very nice overall. The armor color, I think, looks really good. Everything just looks pretty clean overall for this. Now we go into the adult section. There's quite a few that have come into stock that were previously up for pre-order a while ago. But what is coming up for pre-order is Kurane, Kadeki, Seijo, so Olga Discordia from Kurane, I guess to make it simple, by binding for 29,700 yen. March 2026. This is 1/6 scale. It's her lying down in a box standard outfit. Obviously, I've got Olga Discordia by binding quarter scale in a white version of this outfit, of a standard outfit, which I'm very happy with. And I'm probably going to try and hunt down the original version of in this purple binding quarter scale, but that's a lot of money, unfortunately. So I'm glad I can pre-order this. I like that, obviously, very sexy posing, fully exposed. It's Olga Discordia. If you've watched Kurane or know anything about Olga Discordia, that makes perfect sense. 30,000 yen is a pretty good price. I think binding and freeing are doing a lot of these 1/6 that are around the just sub 30,000 yen mark. But if you want a bit more, you can spend 36,200 yen and get a very nice chair to put her in, which is what I've pre-ordered. I've pre-ordered this one, so spoiler for next year's pre-order roundup. She's already in there. Instant pre-order. As soon as I saw this, middle of the week, I was like, yep, pre-order done. I think it was Wednesday, if I remember correctly, the 3rd of September. I was like, yep, pre-order. That's why I check the adult section every day, just to see if anything pops up that I want. And we should be getting the elf, the white elf, like goddess elf. I can't remember her name, as part of this later on. Because so that's Olga Discordia in the chair like that. But yeah, I can't remember her name, but we should be getting her as well, 1/6 scale, because she was up on Wonder Festival, I think Hobby Fest earlier this year for display. So yeah, 36,300 auto buy when the other one gets up for pre-order, probably next week or the week after, because she was painted. Definitely I'll be getting that one as well. That does it for this week of Ami figure pre-orders. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I shall catch you in the next one. Next video will be an unboxing video. Should be coming out tomorrow, hopefully, as long as I can get around to recording it early enough. Try and go through my backlog. I think I've got like 10 figures to unbox. So yes, I want to try and do two or three of those. There's 2 or 3 of those this week, basically, over the next 7 days before the next week of Ami figure pre-orders. So hopefully I'll have a few more videos this week coming out. So yeah, I shall catch you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.